have joined us for this wonderful webinar today. Can you all let me know, am I audible, everyone?
Yeah, for me, you are audible loud and clear, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Students, can you please let me know in the QA box? Am I audible? So anonymous attendee, somebody has asked for the chat box. Okay. If the chat box is not working for you, you can always type in your answer in the QA. Okay, so we will be keeping an watch in the QA box as well. So don't worry about that. Good evening, Didi. How are you? Good evening, all the students. I can see people still joining. How are you all doing? Can I have some response in the QA box? Good evening, Maria. Welcome to the webinar. Good evening, ER. Hemant, good evening. All right, so we are right on time and let's get started with the webinar. So it's wonderful to see you all join us today in this discussion where we are going to talk about Crack GATE Biotech 2026, your ultimate preparation. So it's very, as I was saying, that it's wonderful to see so many enthusiast aspirants joining us from different parts of the country and all united by one, not just attempting GATE BT, but cracking it with confidence and strategy. So before we start, so I just wanted to know how many of you are going to appear for GATE 2026 for the first time, or how many of you are for the repeated attempts? Yes, the freshers for GATE 2026. Can I have a quick response from them? All right, Devangi. Anybody else? Shreya, Janvi, okay. Yes. So apart from, so I have somebody messaging here also. Okay, yeah, you are the first. Anonymous attendee, your name is not coming. Please see if it is possible. Please rename yourself. Okay, then it will be easier for us to communicate. I don't want to call you anonymous attendee. Yeah, so I can see that there are many people who are going to be the first timer for GATE. So definitely. Just a minute. So I can see that there are many students who are joining us for the first time, and it's good to see you all interested to clear GATE 2026. You all are targeting that. So our webinar, we have designed it in such a way that it is going to be helpful for the freshers, as well as it is going to be extremely helpful for those people who are taking your second or third attempt in GATE exam. So GATE Biotechnology over the year, we have seen that it has grown to be more than just an exam. It's now a powerful gateway, not only to for your higher education, but also for your jobs. Because we know that through your good GATE score, you can not only get admissions in MTech and PhD, but also you can go for PSU recruitments and research opportunities in top institutes. But again, we have the catch because it's a national level competitive exam. So hard work alone is for sure not enough. And what you need is a smart, focused, and data-driven preparation. And that's exactly what we are here to guide you on today. So next 60 minutes, we will cover first the smarter syllabus decoding and exam pattern insights, which will help you plan, strategize for the exam. Okay. And before I explain or I come to the other agendas or the other topics that we will be covering in today's webinar, I just want to get an idea from you all that which section or which topics from GATE BT syllabus do you think are most frequently asked? Yes, can I have some response in the QA box? Which topics do you think are most frequently asked and they are the core areas for GATE BT exam and you have to prepare them well to qualify and crack? Yes, what are your insights on that? What do you think is that? Yes, you are absolutely right, ER. So I'm happy to see you answer because you said that this is your first attempt and still you have given absolutely the correct answer, bioprocess engineering. Right? Bioprocess engineering or the biological engineering, both of these sections, right? Section 4 and Section 5, these are the most important sections for entire GATE BT exam. Approximately 40% of your questions or the marks come from that section. So our second topic for today's discussion will be bioprocess engineering. So we have with us our expert who is going to tell the hacks and visualize the techniques that will help you succeed in that core area of PT exam. And the third most important thing is what? As a biology student, we always tend to run away from math, but engineering math is again something which is completely very, very important because it is decided how much mark question will come from there. So engineering math is again a topic which is most feared by bio students, but you have to expertise it. You have to get a command over it to qualify GATE exam successfully. So our third topic we have here with us is engineering math mastery and 6-month preparation roadmap by our engineering math expert who will guide you and help you plan your strategies. Along with that, we'll be also talking about strategies to stay motivated and consistent even when life gets busy. So we have with us three passionate educators and mentors, including myself. So we have Mrs. Himani Agarwal, who is expert in bioprocess engineering and innovative study tools. Welcome, ma'am, to the session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Hello, students. A very good and warm evening to you all. I hope you find this session useful and helpful for your GATE Biotechnology examination.
Yes, ma'am. We are eagerly waiting for your insights and ideas that will help us all.
I hope so, ma'am.
Yeah, and with us we have Mr. Mustaq Ali. He is our engineering math expert and he is doing his PhD from VIT Vellore right now, and he has joined here as math expert and who will be guiding you all through the small hacks, but that will definitely help you for your preparation and securing those marks which are asked from that particular topic. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity. And good evening, students. I guess we are going to have a very good time here. So let's make it fruitful together.
Yes, thank you so much. Right. So without wasting any further time, let's just dive in and see how we can decode the GATE BT syllabus and exam pattern the smarter way. Okay. Now, before we start, one very important information and announcement is there for you all. So today's session is not only packed with strategies that will help you plan and prepare for your GATE 2026, but also as a bonus, we have something very special lined up for you all. So a powerful resource to supercharge your GATE BT 2026 preparation. And that particular surprise will be revealed towards the end of the webinar. Okay. So everybody stay tuned till the end and find out what it is. And also after our session is over, we will open the floor for Q&A. So you guys, whenever you come up with a question, you can drop it in the chat box or the QA box. Okay. But we'll be taking the question at the end as well. All right, everyone. So you can keep noting the important things. You can keep writing your questions to us now, or you can note it down yourself. And then at the end, you can send it to us and our experts so Mrs. Imani Agarwal and Mr. Mustaq Ali, along with myself, will be more than happy to help you. Okay, so with that, let's start. Yes, I have shared my screen. Please let me know, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so Ashmita, the first session will be taken by me, where we will be talking about the general GATE PT strategies and exam pattern, because we have many pressures with us. So it will give you an idea how to apply and all the important dates and important information about GATE 2026 I'll be giving you, with a proper background on the syllabus and some of the preparation hacks. Okay. After that, the second session will be taken by Mrs. Imani Agarwal, and she will be briefing you about bioprocess engineering, how to master that particular subject. And followed by our third session will be taken by Mustaq sir. Ritanya, we do have a lot of information on GATE Life Sciences as well, but I'm afraid to tell you that this particular webinar is for GATE PT specifically. Yeah, hello Shravani. All right, so let's get started, everybody. Is my screen visible? It's visible, right, everybody? All the students, can you quickly let me know? Thank you so much, Ravani, for your question, but we will be taking it up at the end, okay? All right. So today's first topic will be about decoding GATE BT syllabus and exam pattern, but it is not the usual way, definitely the smarter way, because now it's all tied to be smart, right? Okay, so let's first understand why you have to give GATE. Okay, so GATE not only opens door for admission in PhD and MTech, but also gives you fellowship and also gives you recruitment. So the very first reason to write GATE for sure is admissions. Okay, now admissions in what? Admissions in MTech programs as well as in doctoral programs. Okay, so if we so basically for GATE the requirement is +2. Okay, that is 12 +4. Okay, that is the minimum requirement which is there. So people who have done 3 years of BSc with 2 years of MSc definitely can go for GATE. The people who have done 4 years of BTech definitely are eligible for GATE. And also people who have done 4 years of BSc honors, they also are eligible for GATE. Okay, so with that, you can get admission in MTech and doctoral programs, that is your PhD. Okay, now, first of all, I hope all of you understand and know that GATE is conducted by all the IIT. Yes, 1 second, Asmita, I'll come to that. Okay. So GATE is conducted by all the IITs plus IISc. Okay, so they are the ones who are conducting GATE. So GATE is for admission. Along with that, you also get the financial support. Okay, you get fellowship. So if you have enrolled for MTech through GATE, then you get a stipend of 12,400 for 22 months. If you have enrolled for doctoral programs, that is PhD, then for first 2 years, you get a stipend of 37,000 per month. And then from third year onwards, you will get 42,000 per month. Okay, so 37,000 is for first and second year, whereas for third, fourth, and fifth year, third, fourth, and fifth year, it is 42,000. Okay. Not only that, we also get a chance of getting recruited in all public sector undertakings, the PSUs. Okay, now what are the PSUs? PSUs like ONGC, NTPC, IOCL, IPCL, HPCL, then Airport Authority of India, AAI. Okay, these are just some. Along with that, there are many other PSUs which all take recruitment for various positions through your GATE score. Now, what about the exam pattern? So, mode of examination in GATE is computer-based. Language of examination is only English, okay, solely English, fine. Duration is 3 hours. Number of papers, so there are 30 different test papers which are conducted, like for which GATE is conducted. Now nowadays there is a provision of appearing in more than one exam as well, more than one paper as well. But if you are appearing, then you have to pay the application fees for that many number of papers. Okay. So section of a paper. So in the question paper, what all sections will be there? So there is general aptitude plus candidate selected subject. So if we are talking about BT, that is biotechnology. So in biotechnology paper, there will be questions from general aptitude plus from biotechnology. Okay, so general aptitude plus biotechnology. That's how the questions will be divided. Now, what are the type of questions? So in GATE exam, so there are 3 different types of questions which are majorly asked. One is multiple choice question. So one is multiple choice question. Okay, so this multiple choice questions are like there will be 4 options, the usual MCQs. Okay, 4 options will be there, and out of that, 1 will be correct answer. Our second type of question which is asked is multiple select question. Now, multiple select question means more than 1 correct answer. Okay, but how many, that they will not tell. So there will be 4 options. So it might be 2 are correct or 3 are correct, or it might also be that all 4 are correct. Okay, so that is the challenge here, that you have to decide. So nobody will tell you that, okay, out of these options, 2 only are correct or 3 only are correct, nothing like that. But more than 1 correct answer is there, that will be that will be clear from the question. Okay. The third type of question which is asked is NAT, that is numerical answer type. And in this numerical answer type question, no options are given. Okay. So it will be numerical. It will be a math-based question which you have to solve and come up with the solution and come up with the answer. But that answer you just have to write. Okay. So no options will be given for that. So these are the 3 different types of questions. Now, in what all criteria or what all areas you will be tested? So you will be tested on recall, comprehension, how well you understand the question, application, and analysis and synthesis. Now, distribution of marks. So as I told you, in GATE BT exam, there will be general aptitude and biotechnology. So general aptitude will be 15 marks. Okay. And then biotechnology will cover 85 marks. So the total marks will be 100. Okay, so the total paper, the maximum marks for the paper will be 100. Out of that, 15 marks for general aptitude and 85 marks for biotechnology. Okay, so this is GA, this is biotechnology, 85. Okay, now out of this 100 marks, so in the exam, so every year the cutoff will vary. Okay, does anybody has any idea how much was the cutoff in 2025 GATE? Any idea? Absolutely correct, Chaitanya. So 28 was the cutoff. Okay, so you can see that the cutoff is pretty low. So if you prepare well and if you follow the strategies and the tips that we are going to share with you all today, so definitely you will be able to cross this 28 marks. Okay, so 28 out of 100 is something which is completely achievable. Now the marking scheme, so there will be either 1 mark question or 2 marks question. Okay, and those questions will be in all 3 categories. Okay, so in MCQs there will be some 1 mark, some 2 marks, and as well, and also for MSQs also there will be some 1 mark, some 2 marks, and for NATs as well. Now negative marking is associated with most of the questions, especially the questions for which options are given. Okay. So for every wrong answer chosen in an MCQ, there will be a negative mark. Okay. Now, how much is the negative mark? So for 1 mark question, the negative marking of 1/3 will be deducted for any wrong answer. For 2 marks question, the negative marking is 2/3. Okay, so you can see for 2 marks question, reward is more, but at the same time, punishment is also more if you go wrong. Okay, so that will help you, or keeping this in criteria, you should decide whether you should take risk for those higher gain or higher reward questions or not. Okay, then also you have to remember that for multiple select question, remember the type where there will be more than one correct answer, or the NATs, that is numerical ability type. So for them, there is no negative marking. Okay, so there is no negative marking for MSQs and NATs, and also you should remember that there is no partial marking for MSQ also. So partial marking means, suppose so there are 4 options given. If if 3 statements are correct and you have chosen only 1 correct, okay, out of that, so no marks will be given to you, but at the same time, no marks will be deducted also for you. Okay, and also, like, if there are 2 correct statements, so you chose 1 correct option, but other option that you chose is incorrect. Okay, then also no mark will be deducted from you, and also no marks will be given to you. Okay, so there is no partial marking for MS. If you have chosen all the correct options, then only you get a complete mark, and there's no negative marking for MSQs. So am I clear, everybody, with the marking scheme? So I can see so many students are dropping your questions. I will tell you that, guys, keep dropping your questions, but we will take the questions at the end of the webinar. Okay, we'll try to answer all your questions, but at the end. So please be patient. Okay, now the notification for GATE 2026 has recently come out, okay, in the first week of October. First week of August, I'm sorry. And these are the important dates for the GATE exam 2026. Okay, so the opening date of GATE online application process is going to start from August 25, 2025. Closing date is going to be September 25. So you have good 1 month time to do your application and finish the registration process. The closing date for extended online application with a late fee is October 6. Okay. Now, just to give you a brief idea about the fees, so the application fees is 1,500 for the general category. Okay, without late fee, and with late fee, it is 2,000. Okay, so I'm not very sure about the fees. Just have a look at GATE 2026 official website. All these informations are given. Although they have just published the important dates, rest of the things will come up slowly. Okay, as the application process opens from August 25. So exam dates they have given, but which date, which exam will happen, they have not mentioned it yet. So the exam dates are February 7 and February 8 and February 14 and February 15. Okay. Now, keeping this in mind, so you have almost 6 months to do a preparation for GATE PT, and I am telling you that it is completely achievable. Okay. And you can ace your GATE PT exam for sure, even if you are starting today. Now let's have a look at the syllabus breakdown. So I'm going to divide the syllabus on the basis of the topics which are very frequently asked in the past exam papers. So it is clearly mentioned that there will be 13 marks question from engineering mathematics. Okay, so clear cut, there is a percentage of 13% engineering mathematics, and it is a given. Okay, it is a declared weightage. Rest of the topics or rest of the sections in GATE BT syllabus, there is no declared weightage. But by analyzing the previous year papers, we get to know that bioprocess engineering and biotechnology, as well as this biological engineering fundamentals, okay, section 4 and section 5 together, they comprise approximately 40% of the paper. Okay, general biology around 11 to 12%. And apart from this, a little bit of questions to around 9 to 10%, 9% comes from plant, animal, and microbial biotechnology. And another good percentage of questions are covered from recombinant DNA technology and tools, that is section 7. Okay, so section 1, section 4, 5, and section 7 are some of the core topics that you have to focus more. And I'll tell you that as well, okay, the topics where you have to focus more. Okay, so before going ahead into that, let's have a quick analysis of GATE BT 2025. Okay, how was the question distribution? Okay, so just to support the data that I just showed you, so you can see that in GATE 2025 question distribution by section, okay, see, so maximum number of questions, 11 questions came from bioprocess engineering and process biotechnology. Okay, so that was for sure one of the most dominant sections, and that is always the case. Okay, not only for GATE 2025, for all previous year papers also, you will see bioprocess engineering is a core, is the most representative represented sections in the paper. Next, 8 questions came from section 3, which is genetics, cell biology, and molecular biology. Good number of questions did come from recombinant DNA technology and tools, okay, section 7. Engineering mathematics, 5, but the marks will for sure be 13. Okay. Then biological engineering fundamentals, so there were fewer questions on that in GATE BT 2025. And least representative section was plant, animal, and microbial biotech. Okay, so that is how the question distribution was. Now, the total number of questions in GATE exam is 65. Now, when you add them all up, okay, so there is approximately 55 questions are coming. Okay. Now, what about, 55 it will come after we count the general aptitude. Okay, so in general aptitude, there will be 10 questions, where there will be 5 1-mark question and 5 2-marks question. Okay, so when we add these numbers and add 10 general aptitude, so the approximate question number comes to 55. So you will say that what happened to rest 10 questions. So those rest 10 questions, they were combination of different topics. Okay, that's why they could not be allotted in any particular section. So they were combination type questions. Okay, so combination type question is also something that you have to focus. So you cannot just study the sections keeping them apart. Okay, you have to look at their overlap. You have to look at the areas which are interdisciplinary to understand or get an idea about the whole syllabus or the whole picture. Now, coming to smart and strategic categorization of the GATE BT syllabus, okay, so we can divide the syllabus into 3 criteria. Okay, first will be the sure short topics. Sure short topics means these are the topics which you cannot leave at any condition. These are the must do. Okay, so they appear frequently in previous year papers and they are high yield topics with quick scoring. Okay, so those we will call as the sure short. Next comes the scoring topics, means they are moderate yield, means like some years we get more questions on that, in some years we get little lesser questions on that, but they are consistently represented in the paper. Okay, and they are relatively easy and they can be improved upon with limited effort. Okay, you don't have to provide a lot of effort, but little bit of effort and you can improve one. So those are the scoring topics. The third categorization will be of time consuming but worth it topics. Okay, so basically this will be those topics where you need to practice little harder. You have to give more time, but once you master this topic, it will be very easy for you to score above cutoff or clear the cutoff in GATE exam. Okay, so they require consistent effort, includes complex derivations or multi-logic steps, but contribute significantly for the overall score. So now let's have a look at what these exact topics are. Okay, we'll talk about it one by one. So starting with the sure short topics, means these are the topics that you cannot leave under any condition. So first in that is for sure enzyme kinetics and inhibition. So MCQs, MSQs, NATs, anything comes from this topic. Okay, so this is something that you have to prepare. Second, for sure, PCR and molecular tools, especially PCR and DNA sequencing. Questions from there, very basic and fundamental questions, but for sure comes in the paper. Then genetics, Mendelian genetics, linkage, microbial genetics. These are the topics which are asked every single year. Okay. So again, something that you cannot leave. Immunology for sure. Okay. Match the following kind of questions, antibodies with the antigens. Okay. Or at the time when they are expressed. Okay. So these are the type of questions which are match the following kind of questions very frequently asked from immunology. Then rDNA techniques, very, very popular. Okay, whether it's about your transfer vectors, whether it's about how many fragments restriction enzyme will create. Okay, those questions are very frequently asked. Then chromatography and electrophoresis, again, a favorite for GATE BT exam, multiple choice questions, especially match the following, okay? From chromatography, that is the the downstream processes, okay, from bioprocess engineering. So what kind of chromatography you will perform for separation of what kind of compound, okay? So those questions where there is match the following. So that is very frequently asked. So chromatography is something that you have to prepare, and you have to prepare it strong, okay, with a strong conceptual idea about all the different types of chromatography. Then questions from computational tools for sure comes, and that goes with the trend. See, nowadays bioinformatics is becoming one of the major branch related to life sciences, and therefore questions from computational tools for sure you can expect. Okay, so those are the sure short topics. So I will suggest that you always start your preparation with those sure short topics. Okay, can study them, make them your strength, and then you. Okay, now the next categorization that we are going to see are the scoring topics. Okay, so what are those scoring topics? First is microbiology, growth, classification, understanding the growth curve. Okay, numericals related to that, yes, frequently asked. So you need a little bit of effort to understand, but once you master it, you will be able to solve any variety of question which is asked from there. Then definitely biochemistry, especially metabolism and biomolecules. In plant biotechnology, somaclonal variation, hairy root, protoplast fusions are some of the topics which are scoring topics, and you should for sure prepare them. Animal cell culture techniques, relatively easier, but there are some terms and some conditions that you have to remember, so you can prepare them easily. Basic thermodynamics. Okay, now this is very important because questions for sure comes usually, like whether you're talking about heat exchange, whether you see Gibbs free energy, okay, or enthalpy calculation. So very frequently those questions come. And then transcription and translation repressors. Okay, so these are like you have to memorize a lot of repressors here, but what is their mode of function and how they work, what process they repress, in which kind of cell do they work, okay, whether it's eukaryotes or prokaryotes. So again, match the following kind of questions are very frequently asked, and multiple times it has been asked in the CSIP. Sorry, I'm sorry, GATE BT paper. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we are talking about GATE BT today. And the last categorization of the syllabus is time consuming but worth it. Okay. Now, what are those topics? First, bioprocess engineering. So you have to devote, but as I told you, 40% of the scores come from there. So something that you have to do. And the next session itself, we have Mrs. Imani, and she will be helping you out how to ace this particular topic. So transport process, oxygen transfer, heat transfer, mixing, again a section topic from section 4. Very frequently questions are asked, usually numerical ability question. Instrumentation and process controls. Okay, so this entire section 4 and section 5, okay, the topics are little time consuming, but for sure they are worth it. Then population genetics in section 3, gene regulations, lac operon, and mutation. Okay, now remember, okay, see, one thing you might have noticed that I have not mentioned engineering math. Why? Because engineering math, they have already given a weightage that 13% score will come from there. Okay, so engineering math, when we have an expert, so why not let him only take over. Okay. So Mustaq sir, when he comes in his session, he will be telling you his expert opinions on which are the topics that you have to master for those 13% score. Okay. See, when 28% is the cutoff, so definitely those 13 marks, okay, which you can score solely from engineering math definitely matters, right? So that's why it will be totally unfair if I give you advice on that when we have a dedicated expert for that. So I'll keep that section for Mustaq sir, and he will give you or enlighten you and give you insights in engineering math. Okay. So what all topics I told, like whether it is the sure shot topics or the top scoring or the time consuming. So this is respect to the syllabus apart from section 1. Okay. So if you take out engineering math, apart from that, what all segments or what all topics are important and how we can categorize. So I have given you insight on that. Okay. Right. Yeah. So as I was saying that when you start your preparation, so my suggestion will be that you start with the sure shot topics, then you target this time consuming ones, okay, because you still have time and you can devote enough time to understand these topics, master them, okay, and then you can go for the top scoring topics, because if you keep this time consuming one for the later part, okay, then you will be in a panic, okay, because the time will be less, you will be in a panic and it will be very difficult for you to master it. So your mastering should include this time consuming topic should come in between, okay, once you are done with the sure short topic. Now, coming to the preparation strategy, so irrespective of what section you are preparing, okay, and also irrespective of what competitive exam you are preparing, there are two major things that you have to do. One, you have to focus on conceptual understanding, and second is practicing questions. Okay, so practicing questions will be a part of revision, active recall that we say, which is the best technique of study. Okay, see, ultimately you have to give the exam, you have to score good, you have to get the questions right to score good, and that is how you clear the cutoff. Okay, so none of that will be possible if you don't apply your knowledge. And by solving question, what you are doing, you are actually applying the knowledge. Okay, so when you are practicing question, you are applying your knowledge. So just conceptual understanding is not enough. You should also have a practice of how to apply it to solve a problem. Okay, so this will be your preparation strategy. So when you are creating your planner, so your planner should have a equal weightage for conceptual understanding as well as equal time for practicing questions and doing frequent and consistent revisions. Okay, now see, as I told you that now we have good 6 months and you can prepare. So this 6 months becomes very, very important. Okay, so in this 6 months, you can, like in the beginning of the preparation, you will be very much enthusiastic and you will be very much energetic. Okay, but what happens is towards the mid, let's say 2 or 2.5 months later, and also this time when all the festivals will come, okay, Dashera, Diwali, also with your new year coming in, so your performance might dip. So what are the different reasons for this and how to stay motivated? Because the person who stays motivated is the one who is going to clear the GATE exam. Okay, so first is lack of motivation. So if you are facing lack of motivation anytime during your preparation, so to overcome that, you should prepare a study planner and stay organized and motivated. Okay, so in study planner, basically you should have a clear-cut idea what topic you are going to study, which day, and also what is the target for today. Okay, and you have to check whether you have you were able to achieve that target or not. Second cause of dipping in performance is performance anxiety. Okay, that you think that whether you will be doing good or not. Okay, so practice with mock test and analyze the scores to build your confidence. Third, constant comparison with others. Now, this is something which is complete new. Okay, do not do that. Everybody has different abilities. Everybody has different paths. Okay, so do not compare your performance with anybody else. Okay, you should compare your performance with your previous performance only. Okay, and that should get better with every test or every mock test that you perform. Fourth is imposter syndrome, thinking that I'm not good enough. Okay, so for that, you have to build confidence. And how do you build confidence? By celebrating small wins daily. So when you're making a study planner, have a constant a target for each day, okay, and every day or every week that you are able to achieve your target, give yourself some small gift, okay, let's say a small treat, a small ice cream, or a movie, okay. One day you watch a movie because you have finished your target, achieved it, okay. So win those small, so celebrate those small wins, and that is going to build your confidence. Burnout is also one of the major reasons why performance dips or motivation loses towards the end, and that will be through it will so how you can come over it. So you can by taking regular breaks and preventing exhaustion, okay. Lack of support is also something that might make you feel alone or unmotivated, okay, demotivated. So in that case, please join some peer support group or people or group of people who are doing preparation for Gate BT also. So you can discuss your achievements, you can discuss your targets, and you can also discuss topics and strategies with them. Okay. Next, time pressure. So start your preparation well in time so that you are early, okay, and you have enough time for revision. See, many people have lagged and they are not able to perform good in the exam because they did not have enough time for revision, okay, and that will always happen if you start late. So start early. 6 months is a good time to prepare. And digital distraction. Now, this is the new age problem which is troubling not only you, but many of us. Okay. So for this, you can use some productivity apps to minimize distraction, or simple thing, you can just turn off your phone when you're studying. Okay. So when you have your focus time, turn off your phone, or you can use this kind of productivity apps. Okay, so there is some apps on Pomodoro, or there's this app called Forest, okay, or Freedom. So these are the productivity apps which you can install and use it. Like this apps will do what? When you turn them on, okay, so they will basically stop all kind of notifications, and that's why it will stop you from getting distracted during your focus time. You can also turn you can turn the notifications on after, once your focus time is over. Okay. All right. So thank you everyone for your attention. I really hope the strategies and the informations that I gave you, you found it. You will find it informative and useful for your GATE 2026 preparation. And again, as I told you that we have something special planned for you towards the end. So I'll tell you, okay, I'm revealing what it is. It's a study planner, okay. It's a well-crafted study planner which is made by our experts, which will help you to prepare and stay on track on the preparation for your GATE 2026 exam, okay. So the study planner will be given to you in a free way, okay. It's a free downloadable format will be given to you towards the end of the webinar. So stay with us, everyone. So thank you so much for your attention, everybody. And with this, I'll pass my controls to Himani ma'am, and she will be starting with her presentation, and she will give you information about bioprocess engineering and how to master that topic.
Hello, ma'am. I'm audible.
Yes, Himani ma'am, you are audible. Please share your screen, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for that beautiful session. It was really interesting.
My pleasure.
Just a minute, ma'am. I'm sharing my screen. Kindly let me know if it's visible. Is it visible, ma'am?
Just 2 minutes. Yes, it is visible. Yeah, please,
Oh,
you can start.
okay. Thank you so much for. Okay, now, hello students, and welcome everyone to this short focus session on mastering how you can master bioprocess engineering for GATE and other competitive examination. So as ma'am has already told us that bioprocess engineering is really very important for examination point of view, and it covers approximately 40% of our examination. So we have to really focus on our section 4 and section 5, right? We have to really focus on our section 4 and section 5, because various numerical based questions have been coming up in previous years, and students, you have to really focus on these two sections very, very well. Okay, so this session is for anyone who finds bioprocess intimidating, vast, and tricky to retain. So, what will be our goal for today? Break it down, visualize it really better, and use smart tools to make the most out of your preparation. All right. The bioprocess unit, which we can see, unit 4 and unit 5, is really vast. So we have to break it down, and we should know what are the important topics which we need to focus on. Since there are various topics, there are some topics which you need to really focus on, and they are repeatedly asked in your examinations. What are those topics? There can be many microbial growth curves kind of questions, monod equations, many bioreactor types of questions such as CSTR, PFR, fed batch, continuous processes, and as ma'am has told, oxygen transfer processes are repeatedly asked in your gate examination point of view, and they are mostly 2 marks of questions which are asked. So if you are very good with your maths and you practice them regularly, you are going to crack them easily. All right, what are the tricky areas in your gate examination? They include scalar principles, control systems, and complex numerical problems. Score boosting hacks are there are several score boosting hacks which you can use and you can make, so that you can clear your gate examination and you can clear section 4 and section 5 easily. Past year question papers are the real gold. Solve them with a timer. You can keep a timer for approximately 2 minutes for each question and solve it with a timer. Without breaking that timer, try to solve various questions at one go of similar types. You can go through around 15 years of past year question papers and see which type of questions are asked repeatedly. Make a note of them. Try to identify common patterns which are usually coming, and then note it down, and then try to solve them with a timer. All right, there is a very important tip. Keep a notebook of repeated question themes. You can keep a notebook and note down which are the questions which are coming repeatedly. Take 15 years of question papers, note down, highlight the important questions which are coming repeatedly, and practice them on a regular basis. Speed up, because you have limited time in your examination. You cannot spend a huge amount of time solving one question itself. You have to solve them repeatedly. A very important score boosting hack can also be one. There are several numericals, there are several reactions, and there are several formulas which you need to mug up, which you need to remember. Take a sheet whenever you are discussing a topic, whenever you are going through a topic. Take a piece of paper, note down all the formulas which you are going through in a single sheet of paper. Write down all that formulas serially and stick it to the wall of your paper. As soon as you get up, you just go through that formulas, just have a look at those formulas. You have a picturesque memory. You will develop a picturesque type of memory, and those formulas will just get settled in your mind. Once you see a question in your question paper, you will exactly know which formula you have to put on, and boom, in 2 minutes, you can solve your question and you can score your marks in your gate examination point of view. All right, this is how you're going. There are several tips and there are several hacks which you can use in your 6 months of preparation. So, what are the various resources? There are several resources in today's time. Internet is there, YouTube is there, several ebooks are there, several books are there. But which one are the right resources? Which are the ones which would, in limited period of time, which books, which resources are going to be fruitful for you instead of wasting your time? There are standard books. Pauline Doran, written by Pauline Doran. What it is, it will give you a detailed study of your bioprocess engineering. there is another book written by Schuller and Karagi. It will give you a conceptually clear idea of your bioprocess engineering. There are other ways, your crisp notes. If you're taking coaching, have the PPTs are ready made. Just go through the PPTs, go through your notes which has been provided by your teacher. Coaching notes will give you crisp knowledge and the important topics which you need to revise during your 6 months of preparation. Other ways, you can make self-made summaries. You can note down important topics by yourself in your notebooks, and while revision, just go through the summaries. Instead of going through the long paragraphs, make small summaries of the important topics and just revise them thoroughly. Okay, this is how you're going to do. There are several videos readily available in your internet, in YouTube, and the videos which are provided by Neptel, which are provided by IIT professors, which are available freely in the web server. You can see them, watch them, and make your notes accordingly. Practice numericals accordingly. Okay, this is how you are going to do. But there is a very important tip which I am going to give. Choose only 1 to 2 primary resources. Stick to them. Do not take many resources in one hand and get confused. Just stick to 1 to 2 primary resources and avoid resource overloading. This will be the tip of the day. Okay. Now, uh, what we have to do is we have to visualize to internalize. All right. What we have to do? There are several information which is given to us in huge paragraphs, huge big pages are written for one topic. What we can do is we can use different diagrams. We can shorten down the topics in diagrammatic way of form and study them very easily. You can draw pathways, you can draw flow charts, you can draw mind maps to study your reactions, your concepts, your metabolic or enzymatic processes in a very symptomatic way. For reactors, for example, you can draw input and output structure. What you can do for a question which is given in a very big form, various inputs are given, various outputs are given, various conservations are given in the system. For a fermentation unit, for example, you have a huge question which is given in your question paper. There are several numbers which is provided, but you're getting confused. What is what? Just draw a input and output structure. In your examination you will get a rough sheet. Input values, output values, internalize your values, and put your formulas. And within 2 minutes, you can solve your big questions as well. Instead of skipping them, instead of getting scared of the questions, draw it in a input and output type of form when in bioprocess type of questions. All right, this is how you're going to do. When you visualize something, that helps you to memorize things very easily. That is how you are going to do. This is what is very important. Suppose you have a type of chemical reaction which is given. Instead of reading down the chemical reaction, if you just study it in an flowchart point of view, isn't it going to be more helpful for you? Aren't you going to remember it more easily? That is what is visualized to internalize. You should just make flow charts or draw figures to remember things. You can also stick small diagrams in your study table and remember them. If you see them regularly, those pathways, those flow charts are going to be imprinted on you, on your mind. And whenever a question comes, you can easily remember that diagram and do the needful. There are several visualizers such as KEGG pathways, where you can easily visualize different kinds of pathways. There are different flowchart tools such as Lucid Dart chart, Draw, IO, Notion. There are several summarizing simulation tools, Polymath, MATLAB, Python, sci-fi, etc. So you can use different tools to visualize your and internalize your flowcharts, your reactions, and study them. Study the complex concepts in pathways, kinetics, and reactor designs. Tooltip: draw to remember. Draw to remember. This is your tooltip to remember different topics, complex concepts. Okay. So now, the biggest help from AI which we can get. There are different AI apps nowadays available for students where you can easily put on your question and you can get your answer within 2 minutes. Why not use those apps? Use the web browser for your benefit to clear your gate examination. So the most important AI powered prep is ChatGPT. Everyone nowadays uses ChatGPT. You can easily put on your question. What you have to have is a clear prompt for ChatGPT. If you have a clear conceptual prompt, you can get answers to all your questions. Not only that, for yourself you can create different kinds of quizzes. You can, for a very vast chapter, you can summarize your notes giving a simple prompt to your chat gpt. Anki, it's an excellent for space repetition. You can make flashcards for km, vmax, equations, bioreactor types. Anki will give you small flashcards to remember formulas and facts. Okay, this is what you are going to do. Now, Google Scholar. Everything whichever we are studying in today's world has a real world understanding. If you want to understand something in real world understanding, you can go to Google Scholar. There are easily available research papers, freely open accessible research papers for a simple topic. If you put your keywords into Research Scholar, you will get different types of research papers. You will get today's research, what people are doing, what people are exploring, what we are getting new in our research market. So you can use Google Scholar to understand the real world context. Now, bonus is what? You can turn your notes into mock types of questions using AI. You can easily convert any type of question using AI for your mock test. You can prepare weekly based mock tests for yourself, for your preparation type of view. Just keep one day in a week and prepare one mock test using these AI tools and try to solve them. If you're not able to solve them, take notes where you're lacking behind, which topics you're not clear yet, and study. Go back to your notes and study again. In the next upcoming week, again create a new mock test using an AI powered prep and again try to solve a similar kind of mock test. This tries to help you boost your confidence. It makes you feel ready. Yes, I'm ready to sit in the real examination, and yes, I can clear it. This is how you can use web browsers, you can use different AI apps, you can use different AI tools for your benefit. Instead of getting distracted out of AI, use it for your benefit. Okay? Now, your concept atlas. What will it be? It will be a personalized library of maps, your diagrams, and your summaries. What will it be? In one A4 sheet paper, just draw your concepts like bioreactor types, different kinds of enzyme inhibitions, different kinds of transport mechanisms, different kinds of Newtonian and Newtonian kind of fluids, different kinds of charts, different kinds of graphs. Draw in an A4 size of paper and revise it on a regular basis of intervals. Okay, these maps can include diagrams, formulas, keywords, and use different colors so that it makes things attractive instead of boring. Use different colors, highlight your important topics. It will help you to study. It will help your mind to grab it more easily. Okay, use digital tools or any physical or sticky notes. By January, you should be able to revise from this atlas in a very few hours. How you're going to do it? One topic. Pick one topic a day and make a concept map. This is how you're going to do it. Just pick one topic, maybe from section 4. You can pick your mass energy balance. Pick that. Write all your formulas and your reactions in one A4 size paper and study them. This will help you to create your small notes, flashcards as well, right? And there are different tools, as I've already told you. This is how you are going to be very fast in your revision and your preparation mode. So there should be a daily tech ritual. Since you have a vast topic and there are different topics which you need to cover in 6 months of time, you need to have a daily tech time ritual. You cannot have a jumbled up ritual and jumbled up schedule. You need to have a proper schedule to study your examination and get ready for your examination. Daily 20 minutes, use your chat GPT, Anki or visual recaps, or maybe short clips from YouTube. Study in 2 minutes a very difficult topic. Just put it in your chat GPT and revise it within 20 minutes in your day. Why? Boost retention with minimal time. Obviously, if you have a very big video which is around 22 hours or 90 minutes, you don't have time during your revision to go through the entire video, right? You need to have a crisp information of the video. What is that video actually telling you? What is the information behind it? Use AI tools, put your video and get crisp notes out of it with minimal time. This is how you're going to boost retention. Smart recall. Smart recall will give you smart score, right? Recalling fast will help you to smart score. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this session finds you helpful.
Thank you so much, Himani ma'am. Thank you so much for this wonderful session and your tips that you have provided the students for clearing or for helping them for preparation of bioprocess engineering, which is one of the core area.
Yes,
thank you so much, ma'am. And I hope everybody, you have noted down the points that ma'am has said. Okay, start preparing your formula sheet from today itself. I hope you have noted down the apps and the smart tools that ma'am has suggested, which you can use for your benefit and prepare better. Okay, so technology is power, but you have to use that technology smartly. And ma'am has given you enough points where you can use it in the best way possible. Okay, so we'll open up for questions, guys, in few minutes. Okay, so another 15-20 minutes. And with that, I would like to welcome Mustaq sir, and I will pass on the controls to him so that he can present his part.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Himani ma'am, can you please pass on the controls to Mustaq sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You can just make him the host and he will get the controls.
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Am I audible to you all?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir, you're
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yeah. Sir, you
Yeah,
can share your
shall I?
screen.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So is the screen visible for you all?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. Uh, yeah, so I thank all of the organizers and my fellow students here. This is actually a wonderful session. I was actually listening to the former speakers. They have actually given us everything. They have given every possible tips, tricks, and the plan for us to prepare for GATE Biotechnology. And I'm just wondering what should I talk to you now? It's kind of an exhausted situation. And yeah, I should not take much of your time too. It's almost 8:05 or 8:06 now. So let me rush through something which I wanted to talk to my students. So before I start, I should remember two phases. Actually, I would like to thank one of my colleague and my student who actually gave me the ideas to discuss these things. They were in biotechnology department. One of them is working with IIT Kanpur, I guess. She's in a JRF position with their project, and the other is still working with me. What I found fascinating about them was they did not have mathematics in their plus two, and they are working with bioinformatics and quantum biotechnology now, which is totally nothing but mathematics. So this was actually tickling something me inside. I just asked them frankly, how did you manage to work with it? So these were the tips they told me actually, kind of brave ideas. I'll discuss you those things as well. So let's see what were their brilliant plans. So this is kind of a 6 month total strategy thing. Need not be applied only for engineering math, but for the whole subjects as well. But when it comes to engineering math, because of it's my personal subject and my personal favorite, I have a lenience towards that. And it is legit also. See, it's 13 marks. It's 13 marks, not out of 100. It is not out of 100. Think about this 13 marks out of the cutoff mark 28. Out of this cutoff mark 28. So how much is it? Yeah, again, I have this uh, habit of computing everything, definitely. So it is around 50 percentage. It's around 50 percentage of the cutoff marks. And what is so interesting about this 50 percentage is it can be a free gift to you. So if you have ever gone through the engineering math syllabus before, you might have observed that whatever is there is actually of 10th standard. And a bit of them may have something from your plus two. Right, a bit of them. I mean, a very, very bit of them, something about the matrix theory. And everything else is just algebraic manipulations, just the solutions to quadratic equation, which we have already learned in our seventh. We remember the formula, right? And there may be one or two differential equations to be solved. Yeah, which we haven't seen if we didn't have a plus two in our or math in our plus two curriculum. But it's actually a matter of a few days to master in all these topics if you follow a well-planned structure to study. And let me show you something. Before we discuss about the plans and strategies, we should identify the real hurdles. What makes engineering math so tough for at least someone? I have always heard this from my fellow students that they face a lot of difficulties. They can work with biology, they can work with biotechnology. If they can work with those things, why can't they work with math? Why can't math be so simple for them? And if you're saying that math is so tough and hard, look at me. I struggled really hard to pass biology. I tried really hard to pass biology in my 10th. And I was so afraid I did not choose the combination with a biology in my plus two. I purposefully got rid of that. So if someone who hates biology, or someone who believes biology is so tough and hard, can do something in math, why can't the other way? So that's a legit question. So it's not about the hardness, it's how do we approach the things. So the first and foremost problem is that our limited exposure to advanced math. So what is the problem? So just after 10, many of us, just like what I did with my biology, many of us skip math. Just after 10th, we have a tendency to skip math. So what we lose in that procedure, a lot of key concepts which are being discussed in +2, which includes. Let me change the color for better vision. So which includes matrices, uh, determinants, calculus, etc. These are not actually much advanced in nature, but when we don't have this exposure, we may feel like this is kind of hectic to understand. This has a lot of subtleties included. So, so this is actually a really visible hurdle among the students, that we have a limited exposure to these things. And even we have gone through the classes, we don't have enough foundation in the abstract concepts. So we know how to calculate the determinant. We know how to calculate the determinant, but have we ever looked at determinant as a geometrical concept? Mostly, we never do that in our schools. Actually, the determinant of a matrix is the area of a parallelogram in three-dimensional space. If we are working with a 3 by 3 matrix, if you remember any of these terms, it's fine. If you can't recollect any of these, just listen to me now. And this is math. Beyond an extent, it is all magic. So trust me for this. Yeah, you can blindly trust me. I won't cheat you. So we lose, so we are actually weak in abstract concepts. We never look to the subtleties behind the concepts which we deal in our school time. So that's another hurdle we need to face. And there is this serious issue, the psychological barrier. When it comes to rigorous algebraic expressions or math, it's filled with symbols, formula, and a lot of problems. So what we encounter in everyday math is just problems, right? Problems everywhere. So so this psychological barrier is a reality. We actually are afraid of symbols. We don't like to see a lot of X, Y, Z, A, B, delta, theta. We hate to look at them. It's not so pretty simple. Yeah, it's not so simple in reality too, but we have to find our sort of way out of it anyway. And yeah, this is I would like to acknowledge this. This is actually not your fault. It's actually a fault to us, the teachers. We fail to train our students to properly bridge the real life situations into the theories we discuss in the classroom. So this is another difficulty. As biotechnologists, you should be able to connect every topic you learn in a math class into what you do in your real research or your real life in biotechnology. So it's actually pretty simple. If you have already started your career, you can just feel that. See, every dynamical situations, maybe that of population, a microbial growth, or every dynamical system is governed by some differential equation. Maybe a partial differential equation or an ordinary differential equation or a set of differential equation which governs the system. And when it comes to bioinformatics, it's all the way data science and statistics. And there is this recent development in biotechnology, which is called quantum biotechnology, where they use probability theory extensively. So probability theory is a hypothetical idea which is now being used into reality. So this is the magic where theories are becoming, where ideologies and theories are becoming reality. So this is the magic of math. And so if you are a regular student, if you are a working professional trying to get to qualify GATE, this could be a hurdle for you. The time management struggles. You might be already running a lab or a project, or you may be stuck with a heavy curriculum. So we need to address this situation also. We need to formulate a solution for this as well. Right. So let's decode the situation. What happens to a biotechnology student or a biologist? We need to bridge the gaps first. So what are these gaps? What happened after our 10th? If you had math in your 11th and 12th, it's fine. If you don't have, if you didn't learn them, it's also fine. We need to find the gap till your BSc or your BTech. I always tell my students here that you should redo your math courses because they need to bridge this gap. We need all of you to bridge this gap. So we have listed certain topics which are essential to bridge this gap. We'll be discussing them in detail in our classes for sure. So this has to be done first and foremost. This will help you to get rid of a lot of your issues, like this lack of foundations and exposure issues to advanced math can be, up to an extent, can be solved using bridging these gaps between your academics. And visual learning. Math is all about the nature. We explain the phenomena in nature. So it's always better to visualize. As Himani ma'am suggested, if you can draw a picture, do that. If you can draw a diagram, do that. If you can draw a table, do that. So just look at the table, diagram, or the picture you have just drawn, label the parts. You may have your solution ready with you by then. So always try to visualize the things if it is possible. In math, it may not be always possible because we may be dealing with something which cannot even be visualized. So do you know how to do things in a four-dimensional or fifth-dimensional space? Mathematically, we can work on them, but unfortunately, we cannot draw them. We cannot even draw three-dimensional things on a piece of paper, which is two-dimensional. But up to an extent, we can do the projections and all. So we'll be working on that as well in our class. So do this. Try to draw and write things down. So this can seriously help you out. And understand math as a tool, not as a monster. So this mathematics is actually something which has the capacity to make your life easier. So if you have a very good background of math, you can shine in every area of biology. So I don't think biology can suffer without can survive without mathematics. Yeah, maybe because I'm a mathematician, I have this thought, but still, I'm pretty sure my fellow speakers will agree to this. That we need math as a very good tool. It's actually a language in which the science talks to us. So biology talks to us in the language of math. Okay, give me a second. It's gone, right? So yeah. So again, to solve our fourth hurdle, this issue of the real life and biology situation, we need to find gaps between biology and math. We need to fill the gaps, or we need to bridge, construct the bridges between them. Actually, even if we are doing with life sciences math, we are actually exploring the nature around us. So these barriers or these diversions of subjects, biology, mathematics are man-made. Actually, there is nothing called segregation in knowledge. It's all pieces of knowledge. It's all interpretation of the nature. So we look at the interlinkages where these are actually made useful in a practical sense in biology. Without biology or physics, mathematics, it will be kind of useless. I mean, knowledge is complete in itself, but at some point, I would say it's useless unless we have biology or physics on the other hand. And this is very important. Make a very good plan. Make a very good plan, a smart one. You need to think about the time too, right? So we have to make a very smart plan. So here we have a 6-month milestone plan. This is just a brief idea. Maybe some of you wanna make changes in this. So it's up to you. It's very much personal. It's your preparation. But let me give you a brief idea about what can be done. So in August and September, you have to concentrate on concept building. So I would like to refer back to the previous speaker. Himani ma'am already, she gave us the idea, and Tithi ma'am also emphasized the importance of concept building and foundation revisions. So we need to be very thorough with the concept and the foundation of every subject. See, whatever I discussed from now onwards need not be only for math. This can be applied to any of your subjects. Right. So you can, for engineering math of point of view, you can focus on basic concepts from linear algebra, calculus, differential equations, etc. See, this linear algebra and calculus itself can give you around 8 marks out of this 13. Right. So it's well evident from the previous year question papers. I'll talk to you about the previous year question papers in a bit moment. This is very much important. And attend all the lectures possible. So there are a lot of resources available online, just like NPTEL lectures and all. When you choose them, it's actually a vast sea. If you are not so experienced with the content, you may not be able to choose the right one. So what I suggest you to is, at least for the first initial stages, try to get the guidance from someone who got the expertise, who have seen these things earlier. So try to get advices from them, and later you can practice yourself, right? And start a formula book. So from the very first day you start preparing for engineering math, start a formula book. Just take a small notebook, Write each and every formula which you see in your preparation. Right. And in October, November, yeah, I should rush, right? So in October and November, you should practice with the previous year questions and the foundation revision. Once you practice with the previous year questions, you will get to know where should you conduct the revision, which are the topics you need to revise, and solve the topic-wise PYQs. If you can, if you finish a topic, just choose some PYQs from them and solve it yourself. And you can solve weekly timed sessions of mixed problems. Problems from different topics can be collected together, and you can solve them. We'll discuss this in detail, So in the next month, the month of December, it's for mock test and your final revisions. So 2 full-length mock tests per week has to be conducted. This should have all the questions from general aptitude to every subject which you have to face in the exam. Right. This is necessary. You have to be familiar with the structure of the question paper. And identify the recurring errors. Identify the recurring errors. This is actually very important, and you have to work on it. So let's be educated. Let's instead of guessing about what our weak points are, let's make an educated assumption here. We have to figure out where we are conducting or committing mistakes. We have to identify those weak points of us and work on them in detail. And the month of January for the final revision, and you have to relax too. So how do we relax? We'll just go through the previously discussed sessions. We'll just solve some problems, and we'll see what happens in the exam. And this should be building your confidence. If you have done the proper strategy in the previous months, this will build you the confidence. No worries. This is designed in such a way. All right. And this, I would say this is the most important topic which I need to present today for you. The previous year questions, the real key to success. When you are facing a competitive exam, whether it's a CSIR, NET or GATE, previous year question papers can determine your result. See, why are they so important? You can precisely recognize the pattern of questions. You can precisely recognize the pattern of question. See, it's very much evident that 60 to 70% of concepts are repeated in new forms. I mean, whether it is GATE authority, now this year, 2026, GATE is being conducted by IIT Guwahati, yes. So even the professors there, it is impossible for them to construct new concept to ask. So they are all human beings, right? What we do in a situation like that, we'll go through the previous question papers, we'll make some changes in the numerical values and fix it to the new question paper, right? This happens everywhere. This happens everywhere, but no teacher will tell you this. Okay, so and we can precisely identify the high yield topics. You know what are high yield topics? Our respected speakers have already discussed this. So it will help us to segregate the topics as Tithi ma'am suggested. These 3 categories can be done with the help of analysis of previous year question papers. And this will help us to realize how questions are framed. We can think like a question setter. We can think like a question former, question maker, and we can expect what can be, or we can think about, or we can plan what can we expect in the real examination. And this will help us to understand the depth and breadth of concept tested. How deep should we go? I mean, it's a waste of time if you're studying linear algebra for a whole 6 months. I can assure that I can give you the content to learn linear algebra for at least 2 years. But where should we stop ourselves? How far and how deep should we go? These things are determined by analyzing the previous year question papers. If you don't have enough time to do that, just seek help from some experts who have already done this. All right. Now, previous year question paper solving is actually a very good tool to self-assessment. After each level of preparation, we can test our current level. After each topic of preparation of each topic, we can test our current level. And it will highlight the silly mistakes. See, when we are conducting a really good preparation, we may not make conceptual errors in a detailed way, in extensively, but we may make some silly mistakes, especially when it comes to engineering mathematics. Numerical mistakes are so common. And the questions are set in such a way too. People are prone to make mistakes in that, especially with minimal errors like maybe the decimal point of fixing of decimal points and some concepts as well. We'll discuss those most error-prone areas in the class later. And this previous year question paper can be a really helpful tool to confidence your to boost your confidence. See, familiarity with the question paper will definitely reduce the anxiety. Nothing is surprising in the question paper, right? We know where are they going to ask from, what kind of questions are they going to ask. We are pretty sure about their mentality. So nothing is going to surprise in the examination hall. So when we get the question paper, this is something like one of the previous year question papers you have already seen. So it's just like a daily routine for you to solve it down. So you can definitely score your marks. And let me remind you, 13 free marks in 28 cutoff marks. 13 free marks. When I say free marks, you just need to put some investment to this. It's all free then, right? So those who have already been in our one of our sessions may remember why are we calling it as a free mark session. So this is another thing which we need to keep in our mind, the weekly day reality check. Every week during our preparation course, every week we have to conduct this reality check. So why do we need that? Actually, it has to be a 3 hours timed exam session. I would like to emphasize that we have to mock the actual exam. We have to mock the scenario of the real exam. It's going to help us for sure. And it should have mixed topics from every mixed questions from every topics. It should not be from what you have learned. What are your interesting topics? It should not be from your interesting topics. It should be from every nook and corner of the subject. And once you are done and conduct an evaluation, you can build an insight. Where are your weak points? Where are your stronger points? How much did you score in this exam? Why did you lose these many marks? Congratulate yourself for scoring so high. So these kind of insights are actually helpful in designing the next day's plan, which I would like to call as the weekly reset. So every week we conduct this reality check and reset our preparations according to the insights we make from this evaluation. Right. This is one of the interesting topics I always wanted to discuss to my students. So if you are a regular college student or a working professional, how do you prepare for GATE? See, GATE preparation, as for engineering mathematics, I don't mind whether you are working or a professional, you're a student or professional. If you can just invest some 10, 15 minutes a day, that's fine for engineering maths. I can assure you 100% that you will definitely score 13 marks. 13 for sure, if you can invest some 10 to 15 marks. But when it comes to your other subjects, your core subjects, that may not be the case. You may have to find some time for this. So I would suggest you to, from my very basic analysis, for engineering math, this is the maximum fixed slot of 30 minutes a day. Only weekdays, weekends are free for engineering math. So, so just spend 30 minutes a day. And this 30 can be changed accordingly. If you want to add more subjects to this, you can fix a certain slot, maybe 1 or 2 hours. Those morning birds can fix early morning hours, and those who can sleep lately can fix the quiet evening hours as well. That's on your convenience. And smart use of micro time. I have seen people here who used to keep small notepads with them always in their pockets. And when they are in a queue for bus or the queue for hostel mess, they used to go through the formula which is written in this small notepad. So they are precisely making use of their small intervals of time, which I call as the micro time. So it's actually a very good idea. Without losing much of your time, you can actually prepare yourself for the upcoming exams. And this should be something which has to be definitely avoided. This all or nothing feeling. We all are human beings. We always have this feeling, all or nothing. So either I should do everything or I should not do anything. Either I should do everything or do nothing. That is not the case when it comes to studies. If you can study for 1 minute, that counts. That is going to make a difference. That really counts. Trust me for this. So just think about this. If you can just spend 1 or 2 minutes when you're commuting in a bus, it's fine. It's fine. Just go through the formula. That's going to help you. So all or nothing is something to be forgotten. This is nothing in case of studies. And consistency. So if you're planning to fix 2 hours a day, maybe in the weekdays, be consistent with this. No matter what happens around you, please be consistent to this. I mean, we cannot anticipate what's going to happen in our future, but try to be consistent with that study hours you plan. Right. So let's not waste time. See, 2 hours a day. If you have 6 months of time, 2 hours in a day is almost 60 hours in a month. So 6 into 6, it's 360 hours in 6 months. It's plenty. It's actually more than enough. Right. Yeah. So these were the things I wanted to discuss with you, and I think the most interesting session will be of your questions and the responses from our experienced team here. So thank you all for your attention, and I would like to thank the organizers again and my student and colleague Koshu. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. What a beautiful session you have taken, and you have given such clear advice. Guys, do not run away from mathematics. Okay, so I was at that position. Okay, what you people are at now, right now, that you, if you are running away, if you are a person who is scared of math. But let me tell you, whatever branch of biotechnology or life science you take, when you are going into advanced research, nothing is possible without math. Okay, so math, you have to embrace it, learn it the best way possible, stop running away from it, and you can master it. Okay, and as the sir was emphasizing, and I also told you in the first session, that when 28 is your cutoff, and if you're getting 13 marks, clear 13 marks, if you can make it, it's almost 50%, right? From one section only you can get 50% of the cutoff mark, and rest 6 sections you can just score. The sky is the limit for you right now, right? So everybody, so we are opening the floor for question answers. So I already have a few questions which are already have come in. So first question we'll take from Shravani. So she's saying, I'm a 2025 BTech bioengineering graduate, and I'm planning to appear for GATE Biotechnology exam in 26. This means I will have 1 year academic gap before joining MTech, and I'm aiming for a good college. I wanted to know if taking GATE in 26 would be a good decision, and if you could share any guidance or preparation tips. Yeah, so Shravani, you asked this question beginning of the session. So now I think after the session, you have got enough tips and ideas that you can follow to solve this particular problem, and you have a clear understanding how to prepare. And let me tell you that you have taken definitely a very good decision of appearing in GATE. So GATE opens up opportunities. Okay, you get to choose the premium institutes for research, IITs and IISCs. So the better, the higher your score is. So your target is not to clear the cutoff. Your target should be to get the highest mark, so that you, without without much competition, so that you can get into this premium research institutes. Okay, so that's a wonderful thing, Shravani. I hope you prepare well. And also, if you need any kind of help, Biotecnika is always there to help you. And we also have our GATE classes, which are starting. So let me quickly share my screen so that I can show you all. Okay, so from 14th of August, okay, one day before Independence Day celebration, we are launching our first, our new batch of GATE Biotech Lakshya batch, okay, which is for targeting GATE 2026. So any information you people need, you can always give us a call on toll-free number. You know, Biotechnika's courses not only come with lectures, so you get to take lectures from experts like Mustaq sir, Himani ma'am, myself, and all other extreme experts from our panel. And along with that, you also get the opportunities of like other benefits. Okay, you get free mock test, you get unlimited classes, 24/7 chat support, a dedicated study portal with a completely free ebook library, internships, a lot many things. Okay, so right now, if you see GATE Biotech Lecture Batch enrollment comes with free AIML in bioinformatics and biology hands-on training. So that is completely given free along with your enrollment in GATE Biotech Lecture Batch. So if you are interested, please give us a call in the toll. Now continuing our QA session. Okay, so Ashmita is asking, ma'am, can we give it in our third year of Biotech 2? Yeah, so Himani ma'am, can you please answer Ashmita? So she is
Hello.
in third year of BTech. Yeah. So her question is, can she appear for GATE exam?
Ma'am, can you please give me the access?
You are audible, ma'am.
Okay.
You can just
So,
turn on your camera.
ma'am, I'm not able to do it. The host has to give me permission.
You have to for. Okay, that's okay, ma'am. You can just answer her.
Okay, in third year of BSc, she's asking, ma'am. Third year of
Yes.
BSc.
If third
No.
year, yeah, I think BTech. Sorry, third year of BTech she is in.
Third year of BTech. No, I don't think so, ma'am. She has to have 4 years of her BTech. After that, she can appear her GATE examination.
No, ma'am. Actually, GATE exam score is valid for 3 years, so she can actually give.
Ma'am, she's doing BTech? Okay, yes, BTech students can appear. Graduates cannot. BSc cannot.
Yeah. So BSc, yes, the eligibility does not qualify, because for BTech for GATE the eligibility is +4. Like after +2, you have to have
That's good.
+4.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
in third year of BTech, yes, for sure, Ashmita, you can appear. Yeah, so that answers your question. Okay, Maria, that answers your question, right? That 3-year BSc Biotechnology, no, you cannot appear for GATE, because +4 is the requirement after +2. Okay, so you can go for your MSc, and then post MSc, you can for sure apply for GATE.
For GATE. In first year of MSc also, ma'am, they can appear.
Yes, yes. Okay, so there's a follow-up question from Maria that if I'm in second year, so I have to give GATE in 27. So should I follow your plan? Yeah, so Maria, actually, you can follow it anytime. Okay, you can customize the plan, and you can change it according to your feasibility, according to your favorites, and you can just do small modifications in the plan and follow. So, Himani ma'am, there is one more question for you from Shashi. Do you have any material or notes that you made? So
Yes.
she has asked you during your session only, ma'am.
So during my preparation,
Yes, that is what she has
yes,
asked.
yes, absolutely. For clear, so I cleared my GATE examination in my first attempt itself in 2019. And while doing my preparations itself, I was making small notes, making my formula diary. And as I've told, I've always studied using diagrams and flow charts, which was much easier rather than reading paragraphs. So I have always created handmade notes using and videos, and whenever I was reading, I was making my notes side by side. I never read typed books. It was my handwritten notes which helped me to clear my basics more. It was always my notes. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Himani ma'am. So I think you got your answer. Okay, so there's a very interesting question which is from Chaitanya. So the student is saying that I'm not sure about this thought, but just that I had heard from mouth, a word of mouth, that different IITs said different difficulty for GATE papers. What do you think,
Yes,
Mustaq sir?
yes,
Yeah, that's actually a kind of reality, but the variation is not much. I
So
mean, we
they
don't
all
have to
must
worry
be
about.
holding on to the basic criteria, right? Which is for all
Yeah,
competitive
yeah,
exam that I have seen, that it
yes,
is
yes,
usually moderate. Nobody
yeah,
sets
and
very difficult papers.
it's not about the IIT, it's about the faculties involved. Definitely, they will have their own personal favorites, but anyway, they are strictly bound to certain limits. So we can easily overbound those limits, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah, see, for any kind of exam, okay, for your school
This
level
happens.
test also, it's the same distribution which is done. That
Yeah,
few percentage of questions will be very easy, few percentage of question will be moderate, and there will be 10% question which will actually come in the difficult. Okay, so this is the
and if
guideline which is followed for all the exam papers, right?
yeah, and excuse me, and if it's a reality, and then it's a golden chance now. IIT Guwahati is actually very well known for their lenience. So it's actually a golden chance now if it's a reality.
Yeah, so yes, 2026, GATE 2026 is taken care by IIT Guwahati. I hope they are not watching it, that they change the paper pattern and make it difficult. Okay. Yes. So Chaitanya, whatever it is, they are also, the exam setters are also bound by certain guidelines. Okay. And that guidelines are set and they will be within those guidelines. So we cannot bother or think a lot about what kind of questions will come. What is in our hand is to prepare. Okay. And that is what we can do. So apply the strategies and the tips that we discussed today. Definitely with that, you will be able to qualify for GATE 26. Okay, another question we have from anonymous attendee. So I think we have overshoot the time, and guys, so this will be our last question. So does getting a score just above the cutoff guarantee fellowship at the IITs and IICs, or the cutoffs for getting the fellowship is different? Himani ma'am, can you put some light on this question?
Yes, ma'am, only getting above the cutoff will not be enough, because several IITs demand have several levels, because there are IICs based on different levels. So only getting cutoff will not be enough, because after getting gate also there is an interview level which you have to clear. So your basics needs to be really clear. So you, if you need to get to a very good IIT, for example IIT Bombay, you need to have at least 80%, 85%. At least, if you need to be really in that level, you have to be competitive. 28 marks will not be enough.
Yes, that's right. Actually, so I'll tell you. See, this is just the cutoff, okay. But if you want to get into the best IITs, okay, with the proper research labs and everything, so definitely your cut. So competition will be higher at that particular stage, and you have to get more higher score, okay. So more higher score you get, better, more will be your chance of opportunity of getting into.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so any last words, Mustaq sir, that you want to tell our viewers without like before we close?
No, actually, I feel for them. Most of them, I know that they are afraid of math, and I can see myself in them. I was afraid of life sciences, especially biology, when I was in my 10th. I ran off from biology. I purposefully chose the computer science option in my plus two. I did not want biology anymore in my life, and yeah, I can feel for them. This is exactly might be what they have told when they chose options for their plus two. Many of them, but it doesn't matter. We can actually build the bridges in between. And I just want to wish them all the very best for their next examination.
Thank
And
you so
please,
much,
all
sir.
of you stay happy.
Yeah, Himani ma'am, any last words from you?
Yes, ma'am. So students, wish you very, very all the best for your preparation. I hope this session was helpful for you and it gets you motivated to study harder. And I want to see all of you to at least get the cutoff in your first attempt. So all the very, very best. And thank you, ma'am, for this beautiful session, for organizing it and giving us this opportunity to be a part of it.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful and insightful session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so guys, don't worry. I remember the freebie that I promised you all. So just 2 minutes, I will be pasting the link here. So everybody, I have pasted the link to download our 6 months planner. So please go ahead and download it, and it is completely customizable. You can customize it according to your preferences and follow it to the T. Okay, that will build your momentum. That will build the discipline which is needed to qualify and to get into the best research institutes by qualifying GATE 2026. So today we have looked at how clarity of syllabus, targeted bioprocess preparation, consistent math practice can completely change your GATE BT gate plan. So from topic categorization to AI-powered study tools, from 6-month preparation roadmap to emotional resilience, you now have a toolkit that's not just theoretical, but 100% practical. So remember, the difference between trying and cracking is consistency and strategy. So start early, track your progress, and adapt when needed. So if you're ready to put into action, don't miss our GATE BT batch, as I told you, which is starting from 14th August 2025. And we will guide you. Our experts will be there throughout the preparation, giving you enough support and help you in qualifying. So this is Tithi and signing off on behalf of our entire team. Happy learning and all the best to all GATE BT 2026 aspirants. Thank you so much, Mustaq sir. Thank you so much, Imani ma'am, for joining us today. Good night from all of us. Bye.
Thank you so much.